Good morning, Elijah. Did you guys have a good day yesterday? Ray, did you have a good day yesterday? How about you, Elijah? Yeah? Elijah, can you get your camera on, por favor? Did you do anything fun yesterday you want to share? Thank you, Elijah. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Trevon. Thank you, Elijah. How you doing, Trevon? Hi, Kendall. Hi, Tiana. How are you guys today? Hi, Joe Marion. Camera's on, por favor, Joe Marion. Good. You guys have a good day yesterday? See? Okay, I am going to, hi Malia. I'm going to change my background real quick. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen. And then I'll tell you what I'd like you to do with it. You guys are going to need to check it out a little bit. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so there's not necessarily, you guys, a right or wrong answer here, but let's take a look. Which is the odd one out? So from left to right, if y'all can see my screen, we have el vestido, el traje, a suit, el abrigo, a coat, pantalón, guantes, gloves, las botas, boots, camisa, a button shirt, sandalia, sandals, el suéter, a sweater, bufanda, la chaqueta, el vaquero. Now, we haven't seen this word yet. Vaquero is the word for jeans. And here's interesting about the word vaquero. A cow, you guys, is a vaca. A cow is a vaca. And so, because jeans were worn by cowboys, they called jeans vaqueros, right? So that's where that word comes from. But of course, you can use the word jeans. And then we have bottom row are las zapatillas, which are like tennis shoes or tenis. Sometimes they're just called tenis. Sombrero, a hat with a brim, falda, skirt, gorra. El impermeable is a raincoat, and then just regular old zapatos. Okay, just shoes. So I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer here. I personally don't think so. But which is the odd one out in your opinion? Pop it in the chat. Okay, Belle? Which one doesn't fit with the rest of the group? All right, Kendall. Just pop it in the chat, you guys. Troy, can we get a camera on? Anybody else? Which one doesn't belong? Okay, Elijah, I agree with you. Anybody else? Guantes, okay. Ray, good job. Anybody else? Which ones? Ooh, Ray, I see your logic, my friend. I see it. Anybody else? Like I said, you guys, there's no right or wrong answer. Just which one do you think doesn't fit with the rest of them? Bernadette, what do you think? Jo Marion, Malia, Kay Trevon? I see that. What do y'all think? Okay. All right. So here's what we have. We have a couple of people who say sandalias, sandals. So why wouldn't sandals fit with the rest of them, you guys? Las sandalias. What's your logic? If you said sandals in the chat, tell me why. You can unmute if you want. Why did you pick sandals? Anybody? Shamar? Okay. All right. Because they're yes, Elijah, because they're summer item. They're like a summer item, sandals, where the rest of these aren't necessarily summer items. Okay. All right, good. So I can see that logic. Some of you said los guantes, gloves. So if you said los guantes, how come you chose guantes? Again, you feel free to unmute. Okay. If you chose guantes, gloves, why did you choose gloves? Who said guantes? Somebody said guantes. Elijah, why? And Ray. No, it was Ray. Ray, why did you say guantes or Trayvon? Okay. All right. I see that, Trayvon. Ray, why did you choose guantes?
Because you can't wear gloves in any of these, though.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have an idea about guantes? You guys are right. I also see them as the only thing up here that you put on your hands. Yeah. The only thing up here that you could put on your hands. That's kind of how I see them too. All right. What other answers did we have? Okay. Why did we pick sombrero? Some of us picked sombrero. Why did we pick sombrero as the odd one out? Okay, because something that you don't really need. Okay, you wouldn't necessarily have to have a sombrero. Any other reasons? It's an accessory. Okay, muy bien, muy bien. Somebody said, Belle, I think it was you. Oops, you said traje, suit. How come you picked suit, Belle? Because it's not as casual as the others. Oh, good answer. Okay. It's more dressy. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have an answer that you want to just pop in there before we move on? All right. Good job, you guys. Good job. So, once again, we need to remember that articles of clothing, just like most things in English, are going to be called like different things depending upon which Spanish speaking country you're from, right? Like vaquero instead of just jeans, los jeans, or zapatillas for tennis shoes instead of just los tenis, right? La gorra is like a baseball cap, but in some places, el gorro is the knit cap, right? So, it all depends on like kind of where you come from. So we need to be flexible with these, right? Oh, good, Kinsley. And the suit is multiple pieces of clothing. Yes, good one. Good one. Multiple pieces of clothing, and the rest of them are singular item. Very good. I didn't even pick up on that one. Very good. Yes. Okay, clase. So what are we doing today? Vamos a practicar el vocabulario de la ropa, clothing, los precios, prices, y el verbo gustar, well, and also encantar. So who remembers, what does gustar like? What are we expressing when we use that verb gustar? What does it mean? Y'all remember? Pop it in the chat. Yes, to like something. Muy bien, to like something. So if that's the case, you guys, then what was encantar? Encantar. Do you remember that one? What is encantar? You don't just like it, you what? You really like it or you love it, right? You really like it. Encantar. Okay, I'm enchanted. It's the word enchant, right? I'm enchanted by it. I really love it. Yeah, muy bien. Okay, so what we're going to do first, you guys, to warm us up, we're going to look at this verb gustar again. Real quick, though, I have one other question. Who can tell me how many forms of gustar are there? Is there one form? Are there 6 forms? Are there 3 forms? How many forms of the verb gustar are there? How many forms? Make a guess. Do y'all remember how many forms there were? So like on all of our other verbs, great, Ray, absolutely right. On all of our other verbs, we had yo soy, tú eres, usted es, él es, nosotros somos, ellos son, right? So on this one, how many forms do we have? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Well, you keep that question in mind. I'm going to show us a reminder video, okay? And make sure that you can hear this and make sure that you can see this, okay? Now, some of us have already seen this, but that's okay. It never.
Hola, chicos y chicas. ¿Les gusta estudiar español? I hope you answered C to that question. Gustar is a regular AR verb, but normally you only use the third-person forms. Gusta, singular, and gustan, plural.
Okay, so here's my question. How many forms of the verb gustar are there? Pop your answer in the chat. Yes, Bill. How many how many forms of the verb are there? Very good. Shamar, Trevon, Bernadette, Ray, anybody else? How many forms of the verb gustar are there? Very good, Ethan. Good, Malik. Is that what you see on your screen, Malik? Okay, so there are 2 forms, right? There's only a singular gusta that we use when we like one thing. And then there's gustan when we like more than one thing. That's it. So that's the easy part. Singular, gusta, plural, gustan. The difficulty comes in that we're no longer using yo, tú, usted, él, ella, nosotros, ustedes, ellos, or ellas. We're not using those anymore. We're replacing them. Okay, so let's pay attention.
Plural. It is usually translated as to like or to be pleasing. Statements that use gustar, however, are not regular. Spanish doesn't use a subject pronoun in sentences with gustar. Instead, an object pronoun indicates who likes something, to whom it is pleasing, and those pronouns are me, te, le, nos, os, and les. And gustar agrees in number, singular or plural, with the object that is liked. Here's an example of what I mean. I like t-shirts, plural. Me gustan las camisetas. Camisetas is plural, so the plural form gustan is used. The pronoun me indicates that t-shirts are liked by me. We like coffee, a singular noun. Nos gusta el café. The singular form gusta is used. Do you like coffee? ¿Te gusta el café? No, no me gusta. No, I don't like it. You also use the singular form gusta before infinitives to say that someone likes to do certain things. Nos gusta ir de compras. We like to go shopping. Me gusta comprar ropa y comer en restaurantes. I like to buy clothes and eat at restaurants.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here. So let's take a look. Now, remember, you guys, when we learn our verbs, we always talk about like what is the original form of the verb, right? And then, like when we were learning AR verbs, right, or ER and IR verbs, we took off the AR or the ER or the IR to find the root or the stem. And then we added, for example, O, AS, A, amos, or an if it was an AR verb, right? So the original form of the verb is the one that we, took the AR off of, or the ER and the IR, the original form, before we change it up to use it in a sentence. That's the original form of the verb. We call it the infinitive. And we've talked about this all year, right? So when we are looking at something that we like to do, right, because verbs are actions, we are always going to leave them alone. We're going to leave them alone, right? So I like to buy clothes. Okay, notice we leave it in the original form. It still has the AR on the end, okay? I like to buy clothes and eat and to eat in restaurants. So I like to eat in restaurants. So again, we're going to leave it in the original form with the ER on there, okay? So when we do if we like an action, we don't have to worry about changing the spelling of that. It's going to stay, we're going to leave it alone. Okay, we just need to focus on the gusta stuff. Okay.
Note that the second sentence includes two activities, comprar and comer, but you still use the singular form gusta. Now, the pronouns le and les can refer to many different people, and sometimes their meaning is not clear. Le gusta el helado. Somebody likes ice cream. That sentence could refer to anybody I know. So who specifically likes ice cream? To find out and to clarify the meaning of le and les in any sentence, you can add the preposition a plus a pronoun or a person's name. A Miguel le gusta el helado. Now the meaning of le is clear. Here's another example. Les gustan los tenis. Again, who likes tennis shoes? Time for a clarifying phrase. Les gustan los tenis a los chicos. As you can see, there is flexibility with the word order in sentences with gustar. But keep in mind that the pronoun and gusta or gustan can never be separated by other words. Finally, even though the meaning of me, te, nos, and os is clear, you can always add a mí, a ti, a nosotros, or a vosotros to add emphasis. A mí me gusta explicar la gramática, and I hope this explanation helped you with the verb gustar. Nos vemos.
Okay, any questions, you guys? Anything that she thoroughly confused you on? No? No preguntas? Okay. So let's do some quick practice real quick, okay? All right. In case anybody was absent this last time, I'll share this screen again. Okay. You guys, somebody needs to remind me too that we're on a shorter class period today because I always forget. Okay. All right. So here's what we get, right? We get me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, and nos and les gusta, or plural, we add an N, gustan. So singular if we like one thing, plural if we like more than one thing. But then we replace yo with me. We replace tú with te. We instead él and ella with le. We replace nosotros with nos. And we replace ustedes, ellos, and ellas with les. Okay. All right. So let's practice a little bit. I'm going to fast forward here. We did these last class. Okay. So let's look at encantar, because encantar, you guys, works exactly the same way. Instead of saying that you like something, you're just saying that you love it. Okay. No big deal. All right. So let's take a look. And again, we're not going to do all of these, and we don't even have to know what the words mean. Okay. So let's kind of just, I'll do this first one with you. Okay. So let's look at this. And we're using encantar, right? So a mi profesor, my professor, loves this, grapes. Okay. Now they love grapes. So we have to think of a couple of things here, right? This is plural. So I know I need to use encantan or gustan, whichever, with the N on it. But then I got to figure out, am I using me, te, le, nos, or less? Well, it's my professor. So I'm saying like he, right? So in the blank, you guys, I would say le, because that's what replaces he. And then I have to say encantan, because uvas are plural, even if I don't know what they mean. Okay. All right. Let's try this one. Okay. Nosotros. Now notice, you guys, we have an action here. So if you were listening a minute ago, you'll know what you have to do. Okay. So pop your answers in the chat. We love to study for classes. What would I put in the blank? Quickly, so I can give you guys some work time today. We're using encantar, and it's going to work just like gustar. So what do I put in the blank? Perfect, Belle. Oh, wait a minute. Look again, Belle. It's estudiar. It's estudiar. Perfect, Kendall. Anybody else? Okay. Okay. All right. So look, you guys, watch. We're going to say nos, because nos replaces nosotros. But this is an action. And whenever it's an action, it's always going to be singular. That's okay, Trayvon. Y'all with me? Okay, let me say it again. So listen carefully. When we're talking about an action, that's always going to be singular. Gusta or encanta. Always going to be singular. Always, always. All right. So let's look at this one. Aurora is a girl's name. And we want to say that she doesn't like to write. This is our verb to write. Okay. This is our action word, to write. So how would I fill in the blank? She doesn't like, or she doesn't love to write. What would I do? Perfect, Bernadette. Perfect, Kendall. Anybody else? Perfect, Ray. Ethan, you got a guess? Nevaeh, Malia, Joe Marion, Elijah, Kinsley. I need a camera on, please. Shamar, how about you, my friend? Okay, so it's ella, right? And so we need to use le, right, to replace ella. And then encantar works just like gustar, you guys. It just means love. We're saying love instead of like. So encanta, singular, because escribir, to write, is an action. It's a verb. So le encanta. Le encanta. Okay, are we confused now? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Lasse, are we confused? Give me a 3, 2, 1. Tell me how you're feeling about these. 2, 3s. Okay. All right. Practicing, right? All right. I have, and I'm going to have to change my settings up on here. I have a video, let's see if I can get it, where we're shopping for clothes. Okay. Let me see if I can make this happen. Give me a second. It's not going to open for me. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to change the settings. And it won't open. Wait a minute. Let's see.
Ya sabes qué te vas a poner pa.
Woohoo, yay, we got it. Okay, now I'm going to slow it down a bit. Speed, normal, slow. I'm going to slow it down a bit. Okay, so let's listen to how they use the verb to like, how they use gustar. Okay, so let's listen carefully. Make sure that you can hear.
Ya sabes qué te vas a poner para la fiesta.
Ay, no, ¿me ayudas? Tengo esta opción. ¿Esta falda? ¿O este vestido?
La falda. Yo no sé qué camisa usar. La blanca o la amarilla.
La blanca.
They're in slow motion.
Ay, ahora no sé qué me pongo arriba. Esta camisa o esta blusa.
Me gusta más la blusa. Yo no sé qué pantalón usar. ¿Este o este?
Creo que ese.
¿Crees que estos zapatos están bien?
Muy bien. Te vas a ver muy bien.
Tú también. Ya casi es la hora de la fiesta. Hay que apurarnos.
Sí, me voy a cambiar y gracias por ayudarme.
Gracias a ti.
Okay, he said, if you caught it, me gusta más la blusa. Did y'all catch that? Me gusta más. So what did he mean by más? Me gusta más la blusa. What did he mean? Me gusta más. What's your guess, you guys? Pop it in the chat. Me gusta más. Más. I like the blouse. Not mucho, but más. I like the blouse more. Muy bien. I like the blouse more. Okay. Muy bien. All right. What time do we have? We have about 10 minutes. Okay. What's the best thing to do in our 10 minutes? Let's see. I think I'm going to give you guys some work time in the next, since we have about 10 minutes. Am I right? We have like 10 minutes. Is that right, you guys? See? Okay. Yeah, because if we did a game, that would take us the full 10 minutes. So we wouldn't have time for both. Okay. So if you guys meet me in Canvas, por favor. Meet me in Canvas, por favor. And remember, we are in Unit 3, right, you guys? In Unit 3. And you may or may not need to refresh your Canvas screen. It's up to you. You may need to, I don't know. I'm trying to get mine to view as a student, so give me 1 second. Okay, so let's talk real quickly about what work you should have completed by now for Unit 3. Oh, Trayvon, okay. So we are in Unit 3. You should have turned in guided notes. You should have completed this vocab exercise that was kind of short, the guessing. Okay. The tutorial video on Gustar is here if you need to watch it again. Last class, I assigned gusta or te gusta o te gustan. Today we have vamos de compras, let's go shopping. Okay, so on this one, you guys, it says, read the conversation between Rita and Diana and mark the garments that each person likes. Okay, so it's really vocab and sort of reading comprehension. In your reading, you have gusta and gustan. Okay, and it's just the one item. It's one little paragraph and then 4 questions about that paragraph. Okay, so everybody should be able to get this done today. Everybody should be able to get the one from Monday done as well. Okay, if you didn't get that one finished, or your guided notes if you haven't turned those in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you that work time. Now, if you have other VHL assignments, if you have other stuff in Canvas that you need to complete from Unit 2, then by all means, this is your time. Since we're coming so close to the end of the year, you guys, we want to make sure that we're all caught up. Also a reminder, let me check something before I misspeak. Yeah. Okay. On Monday, let's make sure that we are here and that we're here on time on Monday, because I have a lot of things to tell you on Monday about how we need to finish the end of the school year. Okay. So please be on time Monday. If you can't be in class, reach out to me or at least watch the YouTube thing on Monday. Okay. But Monday is a big day. So please join us on Monday. All right. Okay. So let me know if you need help getting these completed before you leave today. you have a question or need help with these. Trayvon, since your power went off, did you hear what I assigned? Okay, perfect. Take roll real fast. Okay. Hey, how we doing, you guys? Rashad, Andrea, Malik, Kinsley. Let's see, Jamarian, how we doing? Nevea, how about you? Tiana, did you finish? Yeah, Malia, so in the first box, you put 3 that you like, and then the second box, 3 that you don't. I know it's kind of a weird layout on that exercise. How you doing, Bernadette? Belle, how about you? Arshad, how about you? Jamar, did you finish? Ray, you're all done? Guys, don't forget to check your grades, see that you've got everything turned in if you get these finished. Remember that your VHL stuff doesn't show up though when you check your grades, like individual things. So you need to check that in VHL, like go to the calendar or something and make sure that you've got it all done. Ethan, did you get done? So we have a couple of minutes left. So if you guys had a question, now would be the time. Okay, Malia, let me know. I can help. It's kind of a badly organized page. I agree. Bernadette, you good? Kendall, how about you? Come along okay? Let's see what you got happening. Yeah, very good, Kendall. Trayvon. Very good, Trayvon. Muy bien. Okay, does anybody have any questions? You guys, that's our time, I think, today, isn't it? These shorter hours kind of throw me. Anybody have any questions, clase? Preguntas? No preguntas? All right, you guys, enjoy your lunch. Have a great day. Nos vemos mañana. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. Woo, we got lots going on tomorrow too, so be on time. Okay, nos vemos mañana. Adios, clase. Adios.